Hey, so what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Well, Quantum TV. Sorry, excuse me. Quantum TV put out another video that's kind of essentially damage controlling for what he did to the Ahmed's mother, pretty much. It tries to defend himself and fails miserably at that, in my opinion. So without further out of the way,
and here we go.
all right, let's watch now. Let's see what's the first clip.
Unlike she's trying to defuse the situation at all, even though she called me back. She was so threatened, she called me back. And magically, Actman was so threatened on the 23rd of April. In that video where I show the timestamp, and literally, like, all this is timestamped, you can hear the surveillance footage of what I said, and then you can also see the outgoing call on the 23rd. And then magically that day on the 23rd, the Actman says, I'm moving on. It wasn't until my Power of an Apology video came out where I mentioned that I contacted his mother, where I guess he got embarrassed and upset by that he decided that he was going to make a death threat veiled, as I'm just some concerned homeowner. Oh, no, I would if you come to my family. No, this was an unprovoked death threat. And we can prove that because I have the surveillance footage that was running in my home at the time I made the call to your mother and that she called me back. Those two things alone prove that you did a criminal crime. You're criminal crime, a criminal act. You're literally doing things to incite a mob to come after me because you don't like that I found you off of, again, Yellow Pages. Hello, and I did so just to contact you. Just the fact that I tried to contact you by, again, reaching out to next of kin, I guess, upsets you. But in that respect, and anybody,
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Quantum, dude. The fact that you even looked him up, just because he made a video making fun of your stupid take on Elden Ring, and the fact that you tried to copyright him and failed, but we'll get to that later. Are you that stupid? Then again, you are, considering you did all this. So anyway, moving on.
that respect, and anybody who's ever reached out to anyone's next of kin to reach someone else, I guess they're just creepy for that. It's ridiculous that this is the mindset, but we know what it is. If we look at the behavior of people like Mischief and Refuting USA, who make apologies for racists, and people who support child pornography and child predator behavior, then it's very obvious what's going on here. I mean, literally look at Mischief on February 22nd, where he makes a video talking about, Fertanga Plays and or whatever his name is, and the Actman are trying to be canceled by PlayStation fanboys for racism. It's not that they're trying to be canceled by fanboys. It's that when you have a history of attacking people and insulting them and harassing them, and they look into you and they say, hey, what are you all about? And then stuff pops up on you because you're a YouTube celebrity. And one of those things is that you told people to slit their wrists. You're dropping the N-word on multiple occasions. You have very choice words against the gay community. You have very choice words against Jewish people and all this other stuff. Like things that you and your community of friends have said collectively is just the worst. And when you get caught saying these horrible things, you guys come out and you make these disingenuous apology videos and you say oh, but I apologize and I owned it. And all should be forgiven and don't ever bring it up again. And
Dude, the reason PlayStation fanboys were going after Fertanga and the Actman is because they made videos making fun of him. Especially Fertanga, he has that shit knocked out along with others, myself included. And when they actually get called out, they actually own up for it and apologize for it, and disavow what they said in the past. Get this, people change. Clearly, you don't get that, Quantum. Because moving on.
Bring it up again, and it's that mindset. It's man. You guys really strike me as those people who went to college and were the guys getting accused of sexual assault. And then the moment you apologize for it, you demanded everybody let it go because you were a kid with a bright future. That's how you guys act. And it's in your history of your behavior. It's not just me coming up with a claim. That's how this comes off, right? At least to me. Now, the thing that really gives it away is that Mischief runs to Review Tech USA saying things oh, I guess Quantum found his new chew toy when I was sent all those things about you, Actman. And then kind of says that oh, never mind the fact that he disavowed them 4 times. That's funny coming from you, Mischief, considering I've disavowed those hacked tweets on multiple occasions. And it's funny that you guys say that we've proved that it wasn't a hack, as if you have surveillance video placing me in some public library, typing out those tweets with like timestamps and, logs of like every keystroke I made on that day. And at the same breath and token, like, you guys want to sit there and act like there's a photograph of me sending something like that and like gloating about it or something. There's nothing like that. And I find it very funny, and I think most people with a brain would find it very odd and suspicious that I tell you I got hacked in 2018, and then all the tweets that you pull up are from 2018, and then all of the negative posts you pull up are from 2018, when I told you I got hacked. It's very convenient how that works, right? Very convenient. How all this stuff falls in line with what I told you. But again, when you disavow something, it means something. When I disavow something, it's a lie. It's hypocrite. It's a hypocrisy. Like, you want...
You serious?
Wow, Quantum, you don't freaking get it, now do you? No, you don't. Yeah, you don't get it.
Hypocrisy. Like, you want to say what you think, but not listen to what others say. And I think that's the danger here. Because now you guys are kind of running with, like, he's a bigot, he's a homophobe, he's a transphobe. You're just trying to weaponize the gay community against me. Because if we look at your history, you've said a lot of really, really anti-gay stuff, Act-Man. Like, really bad, right? And, I mean, it gets to the point where it's just like, when you have Mischief apologizing for that, when you have Review Tech USA apologizing for that, saying, yeah, they were terrible, but, they owned up to it, and they didn't try to use whataboutisms to try to, like, dismiss it or deflect. I'm not deflecting. I straight up didn't do the shit, so I'm not going to own something I didn't do. When I make a mistake, I own it outright and I say, you know what, damn, I was wrong. But this isn't one of those examples, and no matter how much you cry for spilled milk, I'm not going to fucking put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you, okay? Or whatever, or feed it through the bottle to you. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not how the world works, okay? The world doesn't revolve around your talking points, as you would so generously like to think. And this concept now that, like, even Asm Gold jumps up and, like, tells a lie, like Quantum text, Act-Man's mother, and he threatened violence against her and all this shit, and then even follows it up where if somebody did that to my mother, I'd want to shoot them too. Like, you guys are really making this a nasty situation for no reason. I never threatened anyone, and you both know that. And the surveillance footage shows that very clearly. And if you think it's fake surveillance footage because I blacked it out to conceal what was going on in the background in my own household where my family members were moving around freely, well, you can look at the timestamp dated for April 23rd, and then the outgoing call log that I provided, and then the 23rd where Act-Man magically says he's moving on, and then after the apology video that I put up, the power of an apology video, magically wants to get triggered, and then all these threats magically happened after I called his mother. Like, you guys really need to look at things full picture and stop playing games here, because this is a witch hunt, and it's happening because you guys wanted to steal my content and harass me and damage the original videos. Because when I made those Elden Ring videos, you guys wanted to do your so-called takes on my video, which turned into harassment, which turned into people coming from your channel to ratio out my content, which destroys its ability to profit on the market.
Really, dude? Like, are you really crying that they're making money making fun of you? I guarantee if it was the other way around, you would be bragging the fuck out of it. So don't give me that crap. I was like, oh, I'm not making money off it because they ratio me. Well, you shouldn't have put out a stupid, dumb take. I hate to break it to you. That's how YouTube works. You're a public figure. People are gonna criticize you. Grow up. Deal with it. Anyway, moving on.
Not realizing that, like, all you're doing is just making this a really bad situation because you don't like me. You want me off the platform, and you think that's the best way of getting the job done. But let me just kind of put this out there. All you guys have to understand, when you claim that somebody said something or you report something to YouTube, YouTube is an unbiased party. They're going to look at all the evidence and all the facts about this creator on the platform. And when they conclude, as they have, that I've not done a single fucking thing but make TV videos, and I'm not actually some unhinged, dangerous person that needs to be deplatformed, then you're going to sit there and run with what Act-Man is doing right now, what Asm Gold is doing right now. Well, if we can't get him terminated because he's clean, well, then we can try to make him dirty by saying that he committed a crime, and we'll just come up with some lie that he texted your mother. Like, this level of hatred is insane, and it's so outlandish. All you had to do, Act Man, was call me back. I gave you my number through your mother. That was the sole purpose of me reaching out to your next of kin. Like, if you really honestly wanted to talk, you could have. And you didn't. I don't have any interest in having a Discord conversation or talking on voice chat. I want to talk where you're not recording it, and where if you record it, you're violating two-party consent laws. That's why I didn't join the call, by the way. I want to make sure that there's no audience. I want to make sure that there's nothing. There's just two people talking to resolve their differences. And you didn't want to do that because, case in point, you shared all the private messages that we had.
Shut up, bitch!
Bitch, please, give me a break. If it was the other way around, Ackman didn't want you doing it, you would have done the same. And speaking of which, aren't you the same guy who recorded a phone conversation with somebody's mother, another YouTuber's mother? The irony of you saying that, Ackman shouldn't have, you wouldn't join Ackman's Discord call when he gave you the perfect opportunity to talk on the phone like a man, and you wouldn't take it because you don't have the balls to, because you know he would destroy you in an argument. You know it that you're in the wrong, and you don't want to admit it because of your pathetic little ego. Anyway, moving on.
Of course, magically, the guy lumped in with these racists, magically, the racist apologist has fans that like that kind of behavior. And like, you guys have no idea, I'm literally getting like emails of like black people hanging from trees from the 1950s with like all kinds of N-bombs being dropped right after the Ackman's video and Asm Gold's video. Like, this is the community that like wants to play like they have a moral high ground. Like, I guarantee you, if iJustine made a video about this, I wouldn't be getting like the N-bomb and like people hanging from trees and like all this stuff, like, because that's not her base. She has a channel that's about tech and usually good vibes. But you guys are about controversy and hatred, and that's the kind of people you pull in. And you want to act like nobody can potentially be harmed by your actions. And you want to try to pretend like when I said, I'm genuinely worried for your targets. Like, the people you target and harass, I'm worried about their safety. You want to act like, oh my God, this guy plays victim, doesn't he? No, you guys victimize people with your behavior. You target them. You look at them as like literally a digital scoreboard in a game. And like you have fun. You go to town with them. Even as far, you took it as far as saying that your mother was threatened when somebody reached out to next of kin. Because how dare they find you in the real world? That's creepy. No, it's not, dude. It's
because it is creepy, dude. The fact that you even having to look up the information of another YouTuber because you're so salty over it. Now you're still, blaming Elden Ring for it, which we'll get to that in a bit. But the fact that you went dug that far, when you had the perfect opportunity, like I mentioned earlier, to talk to Ackman face, like a man, you didn't want to do it because you were afraid that he would record it. But I guarantee you, if it was the other way around, you would have done it. So don't give me that. I don't think so. That's not how it works, Chief. Anyway, moving on.
That you damaged my original videos? Yeah, absolutely. You're still doing it. You're still ratioing everything out, typing L plus ratio plus maidenless. Like, I know what you guys are doing, and you know what you're doing. All of you do. It's harassment for no fucking reason, based off of what you think. Because, now, I'll be very clear. Was I harsh towards Elden Ring players? Absolutely. And I know that pissed them off. But then, were Elden Ring players harsh to me? Nobody asked that question. What made a guy that talks about TVs angry enough to make a bad review about Elden Ring? Well, simply put, I reached out for help to the Elden Ring community. I tried to talk to you guys. I asked, like, is there an easier mode? And all I kept getting was, get good, you filthy, disgusting, casual. You're disgusting, you're worthless, learn how to play the game. It doesn't need an easy mode. And like, all this harassment. And then I started looking into how you treated other people that responded to this game, and it was more of the same thing. And as I started looking around, the landscape turned into anyone who says anything negative about Elden Ring is vilified, maliciously and relentlessly. And it just kept happening. And then, like, as I'm looking at, like, the game as a product with the weakest, most disgusting frame rates out there, graphics that are not next gen, which is...
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
Oh, come on. What did you expect with people on the internet who remain anonymous? Did you really expect the internet to be nice to you? Did you honestly expect that, knowing how people can be such assholes? Come on now. And do you honestly think the entire Souls community is elitist like that? I mean, I'm sure there's always going to be toxic assholes, but that's with every community. Who are always the minority of it. The vocal ones. Like, come on now. I can almost guarantee you that not everyone in the Souls community isn't that bad. Come on now. That just sounds like an excuse because you suck at the game. That's just a blatant excuse right there. I don't think so. Nice try.
And I think that's something that none of you want to mention in your videos, as you want to make me seem like some unhinged, crazy person that shouldn't be doing any kind of contacting of anyone's mother. Wah, deal with it. And then, you know, you have people like Refuting USA that wants to pretend like I wasn't hacked. Like, oh yeah, nobody's going to impersonate you. As literally he has a moderator named Quantum TV and knows that's a fake account. So he knows the behavior is there. He's just playing stupid for the sake of the audience, for the sake of the controversy. I get it, but it's disingenuous. And again, it's so funny, like, even the little mischief character out there who's sitting here and defending all his friends knows in the same breath that there are impersonation accounts. Actman and Mischief had a live stream where they were on together, and
This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's weighing down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out and just stop this? Please?
proves right there
Come
that
on
your
now.
character hasn't changed from bully. It hasn't changed from harassment. It hasn't changed from the things that people have said about you in the past, right? Because you're packed predators. Oh no, it's Alex, Fratanga Plays, Griffin Gaming, Review Tech USA, Mischief, Asm Gold, you know, Charlie from Penguins, whatever the hell. All of you are just running together in a circle to try to damage and defame and to cancel and to be as harassing towards me as you can be. And none of this will enrich your life in any way meaningful outside of course, the money that you're getting from the controversy that you create.
Wait, controversy that they created. I didn't realize that they were the ones who were copyright striking people's videos that were criticizing your shit opinion on Elden Ring. And in Rich's case, he didn't even care for the game until this whole drama with you, motherfucker. You're the one who caused all this controversy, and it's the sole reason. Now, if you had made such a big deal, I don't think Mischief would be as huge as he is right now. So in a weird way, you caused the Streisand effect, really. So instead of like the whole Streisand effect, it's gonna be called the quantum effect. Ironic there. So it's your own damn fault that Mischief is as big as he is right now, and kudos to him, and because he did a great job, like kind of exposing your shit opinion. Not to mention him, but you know the many others who criticized you, and you're so butthurt over it.
People threatening to kill your kids, kill your wife, kill your family, you know, all this stuff. Like, if you had that happen to you, then obviously I need to be held accountable, because that's not a normal video. That is an inciting of a mob, and that's what you creators do. You guys genuinely make YouTube an unsafe place, and I'm well within my rights to be able to say this out loud, okay? I genuinely feel threatened by your existence. I genuinely feel like anyone you target is actually threatened by your existence, because you've proven that you will band together across multiple YouTube channels to lie, literally, as Asm Gold has, as all the people saying that I've threatened a mother that was never threatened has, okay, for the sole purpose of you just don't like somebody and their actions to try to defend against you. That's all this is. And the reality is, you'll say whatever you want, and I get that, but understand this. If you really felt like I committed a crime, you need to report it to the authorities, because I'm not joking when I say this. I'm actively working with a detective right now on this very incident.
FBI, open up!
Dude, I can almost guarantee you, if you were actually working with an actual legitimate detective, you would not have opened your mouth saying that. You are so full of it. And I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna end this video after that last clip, because like, it's even longer than that. But this video is already stretching 20 minutes long, and he pretty much kind of keeps repeating himself. So it's kind of pointless, you know, finishing it. So at the end of the day, dude, like, you don't get it. You just keep digging your own grave. And I guarantee you, as more and more people start, you know, calling you out, and it's going to give YouTube more ammo to shut down. As it turns out, you're banned evading. You had a previous account on there. Actually, two previous ones. The second one actually got shut down for, I believe it was, hate, I believe so, which is kind of ironically, and you still haven't changed. You don't get it. You don't freaking get it. Because your pathetical ego won't let you. What are you gonna do next? Like, I'm sure this story is still not over yet. I'm sure. So, because he doesn't get it. He does not get it. He just will not shut up and let it go. He just will not shut up about it. At this point, I think he's just doing it for the attention at this point, to be honest. Like, I mean, like, Ackerman says he's going to move on from it, so, but as long as if Quantum does something even more insane regarding the Ackerman, like, what's next, How far is he willing to take this? Because it's already gotten so insane enough, like, it's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous how far this has gotten, all over a freaking opinion on a video game. Just because somebody got so salty that a 16-year-old criticized his terrible, terrible take on Elden Ring. All over a video game. Like, over a beef between YouTubers. Like, this is insane. I can't believe it that it's gone this far, but, like I said before, I'm sure there's going to be more to come out of this, so it's crazy that it's been I think over a month later, and it's still going, man. It's still going. So, no. I don't think so. This probably ain't it. At the end of it, I'm sure. So, I will not be surprised if Quantum, you see this video, I dare you to try to take it down, because it's not going to work. It's flat out fair use. So, no. I don't freaking think so. So, anyway, that's all I really have to say for this video. So if you please hit that like button, comment down below what you think, and if you like this video, consider subscribing to the channel so you do not miss out on any more content, and I'll see you all later.